Boy, that's loud tonight. Louder than normal. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It was louder.
What the heck, man? That's like blowing my eardrums out.
What's up, Daniel?
All right, everybody.
What's up, Enoch?
Welcome. NorCal Sports Network Giants play maybe their best game of the year tonight as far as
Yeah, how about that?
offensively. I mean, they were pretty quiet.
I turned it on in the last 2 innings, and that's where that's where all the excitement was.
I mean, it was, pretty boring game to watch as far as offensively, the Giants. But
What's up?
they
What's up, Vespa?
they got
Krister.
I mean, you got to give credit to Logan Webb, Jung-Hoo Lee, out in the outfield, Flores, and Lamont Wade, who knocked in the first run off a lefty, by the way. He smoked that to center field for a sac fly.
Wade's having a good year so far.
Yaz come through tonight. Made a nice catch in right field. Comes up with a big 2-out, bases loaded knock that made it from a, I didn't get to see we didn't get to see the lights again tonight.
No, Yaz ruined it. Yaz ruined it.
It was going to be Camilo coming in.
Strike out, man. We want to see the light show. Yes.
I want to see the light show, man.
Strike out, man. Joking.
Man, I think at one point Webb retired 19 straight guys and then walked a guy, and then he picks him off and then gets the guy to ground out. So in effect, he goes 21 straight.
Yeah.
Without, as far as 21 up, he faced the next 21 batters he faced.
Yep.
He faced the minimum.
Yep.
So, that's pretty dang good. Giovanni getting negative. Says, don't be fooled. Webb deals against weak teams. Sucks against Dodgers and big teams. Diamondbacks always seem to struggle at Oracle hitting the ball for some reason. They came in last year or whatever and lost. I think got swept one series if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this was Diamondbacks are not playing good ball. They're now 9-11. Giants are 9-11.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is for the marbles, right? Sole possession of third place tomorrow.
That's good. Montgomery's going tomorrow, right?
Montgomery and Snell, the two holdouts. I think
there you go. The two holdouts. There you go.
I think Boris should throw out the first pitch.
Boris throw out the first pitch. That's pretty good.
Scott Boris throwing out the first pitch. Yeah. So Lowe should be joining us shortly. He's on assignment. What do we got here? Oh, that's pretty funny. So I'm just catching up on some things here. All right. So, tonight, Wilmer Flores, man, what could you say about Wilmer Flores?
He's good, man.
He's a professional hitter, man. The guy comes off the bench cold. It isn't like it's nice and warm at that ballpark. Sits on his butt for 8 innings and comes off the bench and gets a big knock. And we welcome in Los.
What's up?
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like a complete idiot because I had to go to the backyard and take care of something. I paused the game. I came back, forgot that I paused it. So I was like in the bottom of the 8th, bases loaded, nobody out. And then Dan says, hey, we're live. I'm like, oh, shit, I forgot to go live and speed up. So they scored, right? And made it
Yaz got a bases loaded hit. Flores is the one that got the.
That's why it was meant for me not to see that.
Yeah, Flores knocked in the first two, right? It was 1-0, and he knocked in two with a.
He knocked in two with a double.
Yeah. Wasn't it bases loaded? Yeah, bases loaded. He got a double, and then they walked somebody. I'm trying to remember now. Soler grounded out, force out, fielder's choice,
right?
6-2, and then the next batter. I don't remember what happened.
No worries.
I think Chapman. They walked Chapman. That's right.
Yeah, intentionally walked Chapman.
Walked Chapman, and then Yaz got the hit, right?
Yeah, he got the
3-2.
Singles.
Yeah. I mean, got to give Yaz credit. He waited in there. He finally got his pitch. You know, I mean, he's got to come through eventually.
Don't forget Ahmed led off that inning with a double, right?
Oh yeah. Somehow Nick Ahmed looked like he was playing. You know, like really. I'm sure he wanted that bad tonight. What happened after Arizona kind of did him bad last year in a guy that was a 10-year veteran, and they cut him right before the playoffs. You know, a month before or whatever. So, and then that bullpen. That pitcher, man, Yaz has taken out 2 starting pitchers this year with hits to the box. Right back at it, guys. So
it's good for something. Taking out pitchers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bad news is Ahmed and Yaz ain't going anywhere anytime soon. It ain't happening.
Giovanni, let me just show the tale of Giovanni's Jekyll and Hyde here. I want to show you guys something. Giovanni is a guy that makes little to no sense. Look at this comment. Oops, I just messed it up. There it is. Read that comment. Somebody read that out loud for me.
Don't be fooled. Webb deals against weak teams, sucks against the Dodgers and big teams.
Read this one.
Giants made a statement today. They are World Series caliber. I don't get it either. I don't get it.
Giovanni, they're a weak team they just beat. Now they're World Series caliber.
Yeah.
Okay, make it make sense, Giovanni. Make it make sense.
You can't.
Gosh. They're World Series caliber because they just beat up on a weak team, according to Giovanni.
He's thinking that the Diamondbacks were in the World Series last year, and therefore, so they beat them 1 game this year that they're World Series bound.
Bad dad boss.
So that's something.
But he just got done earlier saying they're a weak team. So I don't get it.
Yeah, the narrative changes day to day, week to week with a lot of people.
Yeah, their offense, nitwit.
Their offense.
I don't know.
Yeah, what offense?
By the way, thank you for bringing back an old school word. I haven't heard the word nitwit in a long time.
It's been a while, right?
That's right up there with imbecile. Remember the
Yes.
word imbecile, Dan?
Or what's the other one that
Buffoonery.
I use? There's another one I like to use. Did you say numbskull?
No,
you didn't say numbskull's one.
Numbskull. Okay.
nitwit, imbecile, and numbskull. and expressions like far out, very 70s like. I love it.
Nitwit, numbskull. That sounds more like Leave It to Beaver type stuff.
Yeah.
Leave it to be in the 60s.
Gee, Wally. Hey, speaking of Giovanni stole some of Will's gummies.
Nice, Will.
Buffoon. That's another one. Will Martinez.
Yeah, buffoon.
Yeah, you buffoon. Yeah. There's another one I always call people.
Dimwit.
Dimwit.
D-I-M-W. Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. There it is. Neanderthal. Neanderthal. There it is. Yeah.
Ben Numbnuts.
Numbnuts. Hey. Yeah.
There we go. We got it going. Yeah.
Blockheads.
Hey, man, we could give
Blockheads.
Maybe we can make the starting 9 for the Giants. But I'm happy for Yaz tonight. Hopefully he can
Will
get it.
be. Nah, I love my brain cells. Enjoy the mushrooms, ya dweeb. Oh, man.
I know. Yeah. Yaz, you got to feel good for Yaz. I mean, the kid's got a 3-week-old child and he's got to go home every night and say, well, at least I have you. At least tonight he can go home and hold his child and feel like, man, I had a good night.
Eric, you really think that Yaz and Ahmed are not going anywhere like for the short term or all year long? They're going to be here all year long.
If they keep doing this, they ain't going nowhere.
Well, Yaz having one hit today brings his average up to 120. That's not.
Yeah, I know how it is, but look what they're doing. Just look at who did they interview at the end of the game? Did they interview Webb?
I had to come right back in here.
Guess who they interviewed? Yaz.
Don't tell me Yaz.
Yaz. They interviewed Yaz at the end of the game. I'm telling you, man, they're trying. They don't want him to go nowhere. That's what it is.
Why?
I don't know.
What's the loyalty to him? What does he have on the team?
I don't know.
He didn't help them win no playoff games. Why? I still don't understand the infatuation with this guy.
With who? Are we talking about Yaz?
Yaz, yeah. Eric's saying that they interviewed him at the end of the game. They didn't interview Webb, who went over 7 innings.
Maybe Webb was being interviewed with someone else.
Maybe.
Because FS1 was doing the game tonight. But that's what the feed I got, FS1, Fox Sports. So
we got some seriously low expectations if we're like anybody's getting like juiced over like gas coming out of it. And I understand what Brian is saying. But man, I don't know. Just if he got cut, I wouldn't feel sorry for him. He's getting $8 million no matter if he hits 500 or a bingo 7070 bingo.
I got it. Yes.
Yeah, he's getting $8 million, and him and his new baby and wife will be fine. They'll survive.
Yeah, I mean, he's made probably close to 15 million in his career, right?
Maybe a little more than that.
Maybe 20. I mean, last year he probably made about 6. That's 14. Year before, I don't know what he was, maybe about 4. Yeah, he's probably made about 20 million. So
stop, Giovanni. Stop, dude. Stop. Like 6 days of the week, like we're going to be right, and 1 day of the week you're going to be right. So
I'll tell you what.
Last time I checked, 6 is more greater than 1.
There was some motivation before the game. I think this is the reason why the Giants came out and did what they did. Here we go.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. If we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around.
There we go.
Classic.
There we go.
Hey, Jorge Soler really did look like the Pedro Serrano. He really did. Really did.
Oh, hey, there's the motivation.
It's a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It matched their season high. Here we go. Can they put together a 3-game winning streak tomorrow? You signed the $32 million man. It'll be against, I thought about this tonight because I was listening. You signed Snell for $32 million. Montgomery ended up getting signed for 20.
Come on, Mike. Hold on. I'm sorry.
No.
Are you trying to make a point, Mike?
No. I will never be in on yes.
Come on, man.
For the record.
Just because he gets one hit, he's batting one.
No, he's asking. He's saying question mark. He's asking us.
No, some in the chat are, but.
Well, the way I'm looking at it, he's prefacing it as like, what do you think of him now?
No, I think he's saying, so
Sure.
are we all in on Yaz now?
No.
Like, are we? He's saying, so are we all in on Yaz now?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Is that what you're saying, Mike? Are we? I'm not all in on the Yaz. I think the team is. I think the Giants are. I don't think the Giants are going to move off of him. I really don't. I mean, why wouldn't they have done that? I mean, again, it's still
They're
early,
going to. It's
but
$8 million. They're not going to throw him to the.
that's the deal.
Off the deck. Off the Titanic. It's not.
Look,
according to them, it's not sinking yet.
Look how many contracts Farhan has had to eat.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to probably eat another one.
They're not going to. No, you're not going to eat after. What do you?
Okay, cool, Mike.
And you know what? I don't think he should eat it at this early. I think you do have to, as a stewardship of what you've invested, you kind of have to let it go a month to but you don't have to play him every day, and you don't have to cut him. You can just make him the backup. Do what I've suggested. Bring up Matos or Ramos and Luciano and make those guys in the lineup and have Yaz as your late inning defensive replacement in right field because he's really good out there, and put Ahmed in the guy you need to cut off right now is Slater. Gone. He's totally has no room on the team when you have a Matos or a Ramos who is way younger, faster, can Slater has some speed, but why you? I don't know. I would play either Matos or Ramos, whichever one you think is you want, and put him in right field and give him the job. And then Yaz is the guy that situationally comes into a game. Maybe you've got a tough right-hander that's facing Matos or Ramos. It's late in the game, and kind of like Flores coming in tonight. Maybe it's a situation where Flores pinch hits for somebody, and you stick Yaz in the outfield, something like that. But I don't know. That's just my gig.
I'd be curious to see maybe put up a poll, Eric. And we always lump Yaz and Slater together. We call them Slaz here, obviously. But let's leave Slater out of it. Let's just focus on Yaz, because there seems to be more of a passion for him than for Slater. So I'm curious to know, what do you want to do with Yaz? Keep him and start him every day, more or less, and right. Cut him or trade him.
Or what about a bench?
Or keep and bench. Yeah, 4 options. Keep and start, keep and bench, cut, or trade. I don't think you get anything for him for trading, but I mean,
I don't think so.
I think probably cut is the other, just 3 options. You're not getting anything for him trade wise. And that's my point. Like, that's my point. For all of you that think Yaz is really valuable, put him out on the trade market, start calling other GMs and say, hey, Yaz is on the market. What do you want to give us? You'll probably get 16 people to hang up and the other 15 to laugh at you.
2 options to me are off the table. 1 is starting him, and 2, I don't think you can trade him. So I don't see those 2 happening. I mean, as far as what I would do, I think it's out there. I think you either cut him or you put him on the bench and he becomes your 5th outfielder.
So here's the poll. What to do with Yaz? Everyday right fielder? Bench player? Oh, I misspelled trade. Whatever. Trade, if possible, or DFA.
If you look at the responses, I mean, it's the Giants value Yaz. I mean, I agree. I don't agree with it, but I agree with what Eric's saying. The Giants love Yaz.
Yes.
For some reason, the Giants love Yaz. He could be the greatest guy in the world. He's a saint. So you love him as a person. But I'm sorry, but I've heard that baseball and pro sports for the last 15 years, I keep hearing It's a business. Dan, isn't that what I keep hearing? It's not a game anymore. Yep. It's a business. So if it's a business and you have an employee that is not earning their salary, not carrying their weight, what happens in a business? You're probably let go. And you can name any business out there. So for a lot of you that are saying that he's valuable to the Giants, I agree. I agree with what Eric's saying. Why? I'm not sure, because
I know I don't
on
quite
the
understand
baseball
it.
field, he plays a great glove, and so does Ahmed, but that doesn't justify playing. There's two aspects of baseball: you hit and you field.
Correct.
Unless you're a DH, and I know he's not going to be no DH. His value is as a glove, but name me a great glove in baseball right now that can't hit, that's making $8 million a year on any team. Name me one.
Right.
Nobody would roster him. So.
And here's the deal too, because you got to think about this too. What did Farhan say in the very beginning of the season before spring training even started? He said Yaz was one of the 3 outfielders that are going to be playing every day. So they're already in. They're already in. You see what I'm saying?
The job before it even started.
So now when I'm thinking about this a little bit clearly here, by taking that in consideration, even though we've said it a bunch of times, that's why they're not going to move off of him anytime soon. And when he has moments like this where he had flashed the glove and he had a key hit towards the end of the game, it's going to build his stock with the team when it's already high from the first place. So I don't think you're going to see Yaz being moved off for that reason. And it's not because of what we feel. It's because the team is already bought into him. Like I said, even before spring training.
And that right there goes back to what Dan brought up earlier. When Yaz was out on paternity leave and they brought and we all asked, okay, your number one everyday prospect is up and he's not playing. Yep. And Dan, I think, hit it right on the head. If they played Matos and he made some nice defensive plays and he went 3 for 4, 2 for 3 and hit a bomb, and played well and showed some offensive, then the pressure would be even more to replace Yaz with Matos, because he's just right now in 2024 a more talented player. But they didn't. They left him on the bench because I think deep down, like you said, they love Yaz. They're not going to let anybody else come in and take that job. So what's better for the team or what's better for Yaz? Right now, the Giants are doing what's better for Yaz. Bottom line.
It's Klay Thompson syndrome, huh?
Yeah.
But Yaz hasn't done anything close to it.
No.
I mean, that's not even a great analogy because
comparing those two is ridiculous.
I mean, I'm just saying how they look at
I
the
know.
team, but Yaz has done absolutely nothing.
Hey, Mike, we'll get into that when we start talking about tomorrow's game. He wants to talk about Blake Snell, but we'll finish this up real quick.
Yeah.
Jung-Hoo Lee, another 2 hits.
Hey, they got a chant going for him.
What was it?
Jung-Hoo Lee.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while. They did that in the last homestand.
Hey, check this out. Got a video tonight. Hold on here.
We kind of said that he was going to be the number 1 selling jersey just because of the unknown. And
another crowd of 26,000.
Yeah, but could you hear where's Dan? Did you hear that?
Yeah. Who is that? I think I can guess.
Was that Senior?
No.
I know who that is. I could guess.
Dan, where are you, buddy? We need you here.
Kyle?
No. Wait, Dan. Clear that off. Clear it off.
Clear what off? What was on there?
Hold on.
What was on there?
I'll show you. I'm typing in private.
Jeff Taylor, spot on.
There we go. $2. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, it's succeeding. Makes Farhan look good. Correct.
And that's what Farhan's about.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Making sure that he looks justifiable.
Just okay.
But I could guess who that is. He's a loyal listener, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who it is. I'll type it in here.
I'm sending you back there.
Yep, correct.
Yeah. All right.
There, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Are
you able to do that now or you have to wait?
after. I will.
Okay.
Is that accurate? Yaz is up to 127.
Yeah, he's something around there. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, oh man. How many? You know what? Hey, you know who's doing well? Is Mike Trout's off to a good start this year.
Oh, yes, he is.
He stole a couple of bases. He's got 3 stolen bases too.
And like 7 home runs or something like that. Dude's on fire.
If he stays healthy, he's still got it. But you know who's struggling is Harper. He fell over the rail early in the season, catching a foul ball.
It was like the first game of the season.
A lot of guys struggling.
And his fastball, his barrel up rate is way down on fastballs. He's hitting sliders, but he's like he normally hits 306, I heard tonight. On fastballs, he's hitting 1 something. They think he's hurting. They think he's hurt, but he's not saying
Might be.
Yeah.
Maybe a shoulder or something.
Yeah, he probably twisted his back or something.
Ooh, or he's recovering from, well, not recovering, but he had that Tommy John, right?
Yeah, Giovanni. Yeah, I know that. It's a friend, and we're going to cut that out. So please don't use that. It's a friend of the show, so don't call.
Kyle, I hope you're being sarcastic. I know you're not being serious. Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway,
who else had a good game? Well, we think we already talked about it. Flores had that key hit. Yaz had a key hit. Jung-Hoo Lee had 2.
Logan
and of course, Webb. I mean, this is the second game in a row where Webb came out and dominated pretty good. So it's
hey, I tell you what, there's always been a disagreement on this show going back to last year about Webb being a number 1 or being a number 2. And I think you've heard me long enough to know that I very much value starting pitchers that can go deep into games and help the team and not themselves and not their next contract, which is what strikeout pitchers do. So Webb, again, going deep into a game is very, very refreshing. This is not a fantasy baseball opinion. He had a quality start. He went past 6 innings. No, this is just a baseball opinion. The bullpen appreciates Webb, and he is really on a team-friendly contract. I think he makes $17 million a year.
Brought his ERA down from 3.8 to 2.93 tonight.
You know what you get from him, man. Mm-hmm. You know what you get with Webb. He has a few hiccups like every pitcher does, but man, he is really, really solid.
You know, Richard Leggett says Webb is the first pitcher to go over 30 innings this year so far.
Yeah.
Led the league last year, National League. Going to maybe do it again. Jung-Hoo Lee's up to 282. Nice. You know who's having a quiet, good year right now? Very solid.
Wade.
Yeah. He hit that sac fly off the lefty, and he smoked it.
Good at that.
And he couldn't do that in 21, his first year. He couldn't save his life to hit it off a lefty.
He's only batting 370.
Yeah.
I tell you what, before this season started, I kind of lumped Wade with Yaz and Slater. And here's a public apology from me to LaWant Wade. Like, dude, you are not lumped with Yaz and Slater. Like, you play a good first base. You play a good right field. You give very solid at-bats. You get on base. You know, you're not going to hit 370. You'll probably be 270, 280 when it's all done. But, man, you could be on my team any day. Apologies, LaMont Wade. I was wrong.
Yeah. Hey, LaMont Wade's a ball player. I would, you know what? If you just think about this, you could bring up Matos or Ramos or both, move off of Slater and Yaz, and now you still can play a mix and match when you need to. But if you want to get Wade in the lineup and Flores, you could find a spot for him in right field. He could play left field. He could spell, he could play first base, and Flores can give Soler a night off. Soler's going to need a night off here and there because he's struggling. And, I just think that you can get much more athletic, much more speed, more excitement with the two young guys. I mean, every team in baseball, look at the winning teams in baseball. They all have somebody young that's playing. All of them. The Rangers have two in Carter and Langford.
And that's a world championship team, not a 500 team.
Yeah. The Braves, Ronald Acuna is still, 25? But
yes,
we think of him as an old vet, but he's been playing for 5 years.
Yes, he has.
They bring him up and they let him play. Fernando Tatis is only 25, people.
But one thing, we do have to say this. Acuna and Tatis, Matos and Luciano are not a Fernando.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that good teams play young guys, and so does Baltimore. Baltimore's got 4 or 5 guys or more playing. Houston did it. The Reds are doing it now with several of their guys. The Diamondbacks did it last year with Perdomo and Carroll. And look what I guess Perdomo's nothing, he's no all-star, but you let him play, things start to happen. Who else? I mean, Michael Busch got traded to the Cubs. Look what he's doing. Gets a chance.
It's an opportunity. Michael Busch was never going to play for the Dodgers behind Freeman and Betts. He's a good player, and he's getting a chance. Joey Bart, a lot of people called him a bum. Maybe he will be, but he's been given a chance. And before, man, talk about bad luck. Jesus. Before getting donged on the head by a home run, he was hitting well. Mauricio Dubon was let go of the organization, and he is a very solid player for a contending Houston team. Do you see the pattern? Like, people are leaving the Giants, seem to be doing okay because they're given a chance. And that will happen with Matos and Ramos if they're let go. If I were them, I would be asking for a trade already. I would be.
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out because right now Ahmed's batting 271.
Ahmed's playing well.
Yeah, he's playing well. So it's going to be hard. So what's going to have to happen is guys like Matos and Luciano, they're going to have to continue. Granted, Luciano and Ramos, they're producing right now, but they're going to have to probably do that for a long time before they say, all right, we're going to give you your chance. I think it's just the way it is. I mean, look again, especially with Yaz, when you announce that he's going to be your starting right fielder without any kind of competition, you're already in with him.
Yeah.
They also announced Luciano was the shortstop.
They did.
Yep, they did.
And then he wasn't. So there's a hypocrisy there. So
I think what his issue is that he had a damn injury during spring training, and it derailed his season.
So did Yaz, and he kept his job.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
They're hypocrites.
I don't know.
I'm going to always call them out for being hypocrites. And here's the other thing. We're always talking about the young guys never being really given a chance. People think, Ramos has been given a chance, and we put up the stats.
Bull pucky.
He's got 76 at-bats. Here's the thing that's going to happen. The only way Matos and Luciano are going to get a chance is if Yaz, Slater, or Ahmed get hurt. They go on the IL, and guess what? They're going to have a 1 to 2 week tryout. So these young guys are going to think in their head, damn, I have to produce in the next week or two to even think about keeping this job. That's a lot of pressure. Like, every at bat is crucial because I have a 1 week tryout instead of saying, hey kid, the job is yours. Don't worry about it. If you go 0 for 12, the job is still yours. You're not going down.
That's exactly right. That's what I said last night, Los. I don't know if you tuned in or not, but I said, I think Matos, people are saying, but Matos isn't hitting in AAA. You know what? I think you deflated him. I think you
That's possible. Yes.
It's 100%. It's mental. I think they messed with his head. They told him what he needed to do in the offseason. He went out, worked his butt off. We watched video of it. We saw him come in bulked up. He had an excellent spring, had led the team in home runs with 4. Finds out the last day or two he doesn't make the team. And you know what? A 21-year-old guy like that, you can almost see it on his face. He looked dejected. Remember how fired up he was last year when he took a walk? And he just go over to the dugout, fling the bat, and he says, "Come on." Because he was invigorated, he was feeling good, and he was playing every day, and he was pumped up. And, last year was the year they should have just left him alone. Just left him alone. He hit 250 for the season with over 200 plus at bats. That's not bad. I mean, guys are going to go through rough spots. But I want to show you guys something here. Let's take a look at this. Just see how many Giants are on this list. I think there'll probably only be 2, and they don't even, I think, 1 position player. Okay. This is going to rank the top by position, and then it'll give honorable mentions. So catcher, age 24, Gabe Moreno. Honorable mentions, Bailey makes an honorable mention there. I don't know if you guys see that. O'Hoppe, Alvarez, Bailey, Davis, and Bo Nader. Infield, Tristan Casas at first base. Second base, Matt McClain, 1 red. Gunnar Henderson, 1 Oriole. Bobby Witt and Edward Julian. Is it Julian or Julian?
Julian.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Twins. And then Vladimir Guerrero is now past the age, it looks like, right? Okay. Where's our honorable mentions here? Okay. Bobby Witt. I'm going here. Okay, these are the infield honorable mentions. Zach Geloff, A's. CJ Abrams. That's pretty tough when you've got Gunnar Henderson. Did they put Witt at? Did they put Witt at short or Henderson on this team?
I thought it was Gunnar.
Witt. Yeah. Okay. Pretty tough
Gunnar,
when CJ Abrams can't even crack the, and I love his game. So Zach Geloff, CJ Abrams, Junior Caminero, Christian Encarnacion Strand, Nolan Gorman, Ezekiel Duran, Spencer Torkelson, Geraldo Perdomo, there you go. De La Cruz, another guy at short. Look at the shortstop position. It's stacked with guys under 25. Garcia, Royals. Volpe, Yankees. That's the 4th shortstop. Mason Wynn, 5. Vaughn Grissom. There's 5 shortstops. 6. Noel V. Marte, the Reds. He was traded in that deal from the Mariners for why am I forgetting the starting pitcher? Castillo.
He was the one that was suspended, right?
Yeah.
But no Marco, and I bet you Marco would be on that list if he was playing. Now the outfield: Julio, Carroll, Michael Harris. I bet you there's going to be Carter. And they don't even think they have Langford on here, but because I don't think they expected Langford to make it. This was written early. Okay. Designated hitter, Royce Lewis, Twins. Pitching, Bello, Miller, Perez, Rodriguez, Gavin Williams. Where's my honorable mention for the outfield?
You passed it.
I did?
Yeah. Is at the bottom of the outfield area.
Because I want to see if I'm assuming Riley Green.
Just before you get to the starting pitchers.
Oh, Morel? That's it? Oh, DH.
No, that's designated, yep.
Okay, here we go. Riley Green. Yeah, I figured he'd be on there. Kalelnik, Sal Frelick, Johan Rojas, Jason Dominguez. Look, at Dominguez isn't even up yet, is he?
No, he had Tommy John, so he ain't going to be back ready for a while.
Jordan Walker. I mean, look, guys, there's not one Giant on here, I think Kyle Harrison, didn't he make honorable mention probably? Pitching? Where's my honorable mention? Where's my honorable? Oh, Kirkering. There he is. That guy. That guy's a
Man, I picked him up right after you did, Dan, and I'm kind of reading that
There's Kyle.
they refused to pitch him back-to-back games.
Oh, really? Maybe
yeah.
that's just for a while.
Just for a little while, but I picked him up so he could possibly be the closer, but I don't know. Hanging on to him. We'll see.
Yeah.
I've seen his stuff. It's filthy, but
yeah. Harrison. Okay, so Harrison and Bailey. That's it. And I don't know. I'm just this is what baseball thinks of the Giants farm system. I don't know how they're ever going to, how do we know if these guys are good or not? How do we know?
they don't want to find out.
I mean, don't you find out when you have some vets that can surround them that you brought in, Soler, Chapman, and basically Lee to solidify the lineup? But look at this lineup, guys. It had one run into the bottom of the 8th inning. One run.
Yeah, they didn't get all those runs until exactly 8th.
I mean, and they're doing it off of like their 5th. I mean, pitcher of the night, 4th, 5th pitcher. I don't know. I just think
the Giants were banking on Soler and Chapman, Estrada to bounce back. They were banking on probably 5 guys in that lineup that were going to be really, really good hitters and run producers. And that way they could, keep and sacrifice what they knew were not good hitters with Yaz and Ahmed in the lineup. And once those 5 guys that they thought were going to be really outstanding, Chapman and Soler to say the least, Conforto's doing okay. Once those guys haven't hit, now it's making Yaz and Ahmed. Ahmed's actually hitting pretty well. But let's be real. If everybody had to bet their mortgage on Ahmed staying as a good hitter or going back to being 220, 230, and your mortgage is on the line, you go the way you want to go. So they banked on those guys really being very good, and they're not so far. So it's making Yaz and Ahmed kind of look a little bit worse.
I mean, and Ahmed's doing okay, but he won't last because he'll revert back to where he career
and until he, the bottom cleans out or there's an injury. I think they run at these guys. This organization, that's what they're going to do.
It'll be interesting tomorrow. They're facing a lefty if they're going to put Fitzgerald out there. Because they did play him back-to-back Tuesday and Wednesday this week in Miami with lefties. I mean,
Dan, knowing Ned and knowing Sabian the way we do, well, we know Ned, obviously. You especially know him and his personality more. We kind of all know Sabian. If they were running this team right now, do you think Yaz would be in right field? Do you think Slater would still be on the team? Do you think Ahmed would be the starting shortstop?
No, I don't think so. I think Ahmed would be a defensive replacement like Crawford is. I mean, the Cardinals are brought in Mason Wynn and they're playing him. It's his time. You brought in Ahmed to be a backup shortstop, and all of a sudden, Luciano is not good enough because he gets off to a slow start after getting a hamstring strain in spring training, and then he kicks it in gear the last 10 days, and he's continued. He's hitting, I don't know, what's he hitting in Sacramento right now, Eric? 350-ish?
Who's that?
Luciano?
Yeah, he's somewhere. I'll take a look.
So I don't think, and some people will say, well, they're starting to play well. They've won 2 in a row. They're still 9-11 guys. Mm-hmm. They're not breaking doors down. Okay. and I saw a comment, Mitchell and Ness says, I'm being a little critical, like, who cares when they score runs? Well, you want to score early because it changes the complexity of the entire game. When you're in a 1-0 game and you go to the 8th inning and finally score runs, you want to add on, and you're fortunate you get runs and you take them when you get them. But my goodness, you make Logan Webb have to be perfect, and he practically was. Practically was. He got 21 straight guys. I mean, one guy got on a walk, but he promptly picked him off. So he faced the last 7 innings. He faced the minimum. So you don't want to be. You want to score runs, so you're not putting that much pressure on Mitchell and Ness. You want to score early, believe me. Play the game. You don't want to wait till late in the game because you could waste a start from your starting pitcher, and you want to get him some run support. And it also helps with just so many other things during the game. But you don't want your guy to have to be, have to go be perfect.
Here's one thing I have to say. Now, here's the question. Now, I'll
Giovanni,
change it a little bit.
Giovanni, let me just tell you, I don't think you truly understand or comprehend baseball at all, because I didn't say he would pitch perfectly. I said he had to practically be perfect, which he practically was the last 7 innings. Okay. He went 19 in a row, Giovanni. 19 in a row, walked a guy, picked him off, and then got the next guy out. That's 21 guys he faced, 21 out. So did he pitch a perfect game? No. I said he had to be practically perfect to keep the Giants in the game. Okay. Big difference.
But here's a question. Would Sabian and Coletti, would they have even signed Slater and Yaz? That's a better question, right? Now, once they're signed, they stay pretty. If you remember, Sabian was pretty loyal to vets. That's the way he was, to a fault. There was times when Sabian would especially with Aubrey Huff, and there were some other guys that they signed, they probably shouldn't have signed. Of course, I get it. You just come off of a World Series. That makes it a little bit different. But there was some loyalty, which I can kind of respect that. But I don't know if they would have even signed these guys, to be honest with you. I don't know, because I don't know them, how they exactly work. But it seems like I think they could have found better players elsewhere rather than tendering.
Well, the issue with Yaz and Slater versus the loyalty to guys like Crawford, Mad Bum, Pence, who else? Belt. Yeah. They all
they were loyal to good veterans.
Yeah, exactly.
They all brought you world championships.
Exactly.
Different kind of veterans.
Yes.
Yeah. Yaz has brought you nothing, nada, zilch.
That's why I don't think they would have signed him. They could have found someone else, right?
You know who Yaz kind of reminds me of now that I think about it a little bit, as far as contract-wise, as far as flash in the pan for a few years? Marvin Bernard. Marvin Bernard came up, he was kind of like an underdog, never really did much. He had a good year. Then he had another good half of a year, and he was a great guy, good guy in the clubhouse, a saint. He's got a halo over his head. Giants said, okay, we're going to give you, at the time, Dan, I want to say it was like a 3-year deal, and it was pretty good money. And once he got that pretty good money, he bottomed out, and he was not good.
How about Aaron Rowan?
That's maybe even a better one. That's a great call.
See that one? Yeah, that's garbage.
You just look at guys, and just the eye test just tells you that you see him every day, and you just see that they're just an okay player. It's a long season. Yaz he's gonna have a game, I bet, in the coming week or two, since we know he's gonna be in the lineup. He's gonna go 3 for 4 with a home run. Guess what? The people that love him are gonna come in here and say, "See,
of course,
see, I told you."
Yeah, it'll happen.
They're gonna have their say, but the other 5 or 6 days of the week, I'm gonna say, "I told you so." So we can go back and forth on this all year long and keep score. How many games are we into right now?
20.
We're 20 games in.
20.
Right now, for all the Yaz lovers and me, who I'm Well, I like the guy. I got nothing against the guy. I hope people understand that. It's just I want the Giants to do well, and I see guys that are better players than him, better position for him. So right now we're 20 games in. Right now the score is low 17, Yaz Lovers 3. Like that's kind of a landslide. Like when it gets close, I will tip my hat to you when it evens out. But you're going to get your wins. I'm going to get my wins or our wins. I think Eric and Dan are kind of with me on Yaz and Slater. They have been. I've probably been the one most vocal, and I've been vocal against Yaz. Not just again. This is not just for this year. This is the last 2 years. I thought just doesn't merit an $8 million contract for sure or a roster spot.
Did Dan read this super chat? I don't know if he did or not. If I'll read it again, whatever. Jeff, $2. Thank you, sir. The guys they'd replace don't produce anyways. Oh, yeah, talk about the young guys. I'm guessing replacing Yaz and the son.
Yeah, and Richard Leggett. All respect to you. You look like a guy that has seen a lot of Giants baseball. All due respect. The best Giants teams in their history have all been homegrown talent. They're World Series teams and teams that came close but were good teams. They weren't put together by free agents and journeymen. They were put together by homegrown, drafted, young talent that were given a chance, and they succeeded. If you don't believe me, go look up the best Giants teams of all time and look at their roster. It's not flooded with a bunch of free agents. So Richard Leggett, all respect to you, but you seem to be one of those Yaz fans, and
what Leggett?
Shot 316, $2 says Yaz still sucks. That's all. Real quick, got some shots fired at you, Los. Hold on 1 second. There you go. Giovanni.
Yeah, anytime you want to compare, take a pick. You want to go trivia. You want to go the nuisance of the game, the fundamentals of the game. You want to come down to AZ, or I'll fly to where you are. And if you want to go to the batting cages, let me know. We can go one-on-one. I'll get it on video, bro. You can go hitting 30 miles an hour. I'll go hitting 70 miles an hour. I'll switch hit and go left-handed, and I'll hit more line drives than you. So I know more than you, a lot more. So
here's an update on the poll. So we got 130 votes. What to do with Yaz? Here we go. 20% say he's an everyday right fielder. 44% say he's a bench player. 17% say trade if possible. 19% says DFA. That's where we're at.
Yeah, I had him in the. I figured he'd be in the 44%, that bracket of bench player. Hey, he plays good right field. I think Yaz probably is a better player if he knows he's not a starter. Doesn't have to press. Just, you know what? Go out and play defense. Be a pinch hitter here and there. Learn your role.
Put up Giovanni's 2012 World Series team.
Oh, there you go.
No, not that one. 2012 World Series team. He's trying to tell us now that free agents make up the core of World Series teams. So this is his response. Marco Scutaro, outstanding trade. Wasn't a free agent. They traded for him. Barry Zito, he pitched one good game against the Cardinals in Game 5 of the World.
Did okay against Detroit in the World Series too.
Yeah. But didn't have a very good Giants career.
7-year contract, had 2 good games.
Yeah. So now let's go the homegrown talent. So everybody in the chat, this is Giovanni debating us, specifically me. He says Scutaro, Zito, Pagan, and Blanco were the reason the 2012 team won a World Series. I will counter and say Matt Cain, Tim Lincecum, Matt Bumgarner, Brian Wilson. Who am I missing, Dan? Those are just the homegrown guys.
How about Brandon?
So we can have another poll, Giovanni.
Pablo Sandoval,
Brandon Crawford, Sandoval, Brandon Belt. How about Romo, Sergio Romo?
Yeah. So we can have another poll. Giovanni knows more than me or more than us. He's got Scutaro, Zito, Pagan, and Blanco as the reason the 2012 won a World Series. We just named off 8 homegrown guys. You compare those 8 guys to those 4 guys and let me know. Peace out.
Now you're a dweeb. No, you dweeb. I just gave you some examples of non-grown players. I didn't say it's
I
because
didn't
of
say
them.
that there's nobody on the roster that is not a free agent or a trade. I said you win championships because you're a homegrown player or your core players. Please go grab a dictionary if you have one in your house. Look up core and see what the definition of it is. Core means your base, your main guys. Homegrown players win championships. Free agents help.
He also hit you with this, and he talked about being big difference, Lowe's. I live and breathe in the Bay. Where are you at, bro?
Oh, I left the Bay. I was there for over 5 decades, bro. Like, congratulations. I hope your insurance is not going up another 30 or 40%. I kind of like money in my pocket, so hey, more power to you, man.
In the Bay, how about he grew up in the city?
Yeah, I was born in the city. I was born in the city when San Francisco was a beautiful, gorgeous city and didn't have all the stuff going on with it today. So, hey, anytime you want to do trivia about the Bay Area or San Francisco and places and things, let me know. We could do that too. You can do this all day, man. Just sit back, know your role, listen to the show, be entertained, but
and keep throwing out those entertaining chats because we do need some comedy on this show.
Here's an update. The Sacramento River Cats. Elliot Ramos went 2 for 3 with 1 RBI, 3 walks, no strikeouts, batting 349.
349, geez.
Wisely batting 353 with 4 hits at 6 at-bats. Luciano.
Wisely's hitting what?
353.
Gee.
4 hits today. Luciano went 0-4, 2 strikeouts, batting 306.
Eric, can you highlight Richard Leggett's last comment, please?
Yep, no problem. Schmidt went 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, batting 271. Good, he's coming around. Matos came in for as a pinch hitter. Went he was left field. Went 1 for 3, batting 226.
I don't see Richard Leggett's last comment. Where is it?
It's the second to last one.
Second to last one?
Second to last one, or no, I'm sorry. Richard Leggett. I mean,
it's got to be further up.
Yeah, a little further up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't.
What time is it? At?
9:59.
Oh, that's
sorry.
I
haven't.
9:59. Let me see. That's way up there.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why my thing is not updating all the way to the bottom. Yeah, that was a little
9:59.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah. So let's talk about that one because Richard, first of all, I'd like to ask your opinion. What would you do? But maybe even a better question. Why do you think management, anybody, why do you think they love Yaz so much? Dan, I mean, what do you guys think? Is it just his defense? Is it because he came from nothing from the Orioles to being a really success story here for a couple of years? I get it. Like he had a really good, solid 2 or 3 year run here.
Yeah. Well, he had 19. That was a good year.
Yep.
20 was a 60-game season. He was like one of the top players for 60 games in the game. And then 21, he did pretty good with the long ball. And what was his 21 homers? He hit like 25 and 21. What's his stat line, Eric? Do you have it?
I'll get it.
I want to say he hit somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 plus that year, but he really tailed off big time in the second half.
So what year for Yastrzemski are we talking about?
21. How many homers?
He had 25.
Yeah, I thought it was 25. So, and then he, but I think he kind of tailed off toward the end. And then 22 was down year, even though didn't he hit 20 plus again in 22?
17 and 22.
Oh, 17. And then what did he hit last year?
Last year, 15.
Okay. So he's on the downward trajectory. It's like, it's going, I want to say, I wish I could look up his, I know there's a way to find it. How many home runs he had in 21 at the first half versus the second half. But he just has been falling down. I mean, he's not the same player. He's also 33 years old.
34, I believe.
I think he's 33 still.
What was Bill Walsh known for with aging players, Dan, to do?
Yeah, he'd move. Hey, he moved off of Ronnie Lott. He moved off of Jerry Rice. I mean, all time Jerry Rice and Ronnie Lott are, in my opinion, top 10 football players of all time.
And he moved off of them. And that philosophy that Walsh had, would you say over a long term, did it sustain success by letting older players go and taking the emotion out of it?
Absolutely. They won 10 games from 81, forget the 82 strike season, but 81, not counting 82, all the way up until 99 or 2000? 90. They won 10 games, I know. What did they win in 99? I thought they won 10. I'm going to look that up.
I was going to say that the 49ers dynasty, so to speak, where they were relevant, meaning they were, with the exception of 82, the year after they won their first Super Bowl, they were 3-6. But every year after that, they were around or in a position to win a championship. It was an 18-year run. And it was a large part of that because Walsh understood that you get rid of a player 1 year early rather than 1 year late. So he sustained excellence for almost 20 years. Now let's go to the other two organizations. The Giants, after they won their 3 World Series, they tried to, sign their veterans and keep them around because of all the good times and everything that they brought to the organization. It didn't work out. Tim Lincecum started to fade out. Matt Cain started to fade out. They gave Aubrey Huff money. He started to fade out. The second baseman, Freddie Sanchez, gave him a contract. His arm, basically his elbow, fell off. So the Giants went into obscurity for a long time because they kept holding on to players on a decline. What are the Warriors going through right now? What is all the debate in the Bay Area about the Warriors? They're older players. Just Father Time does not lose, man. Father Time does not lose. So, again, if you want to look at the 3 main organizations in the Bay Area, all 3 of them had dynasties at one point or another.
What are you talking about, Giovanni? Giants have more chips than the Niners. You counting the New York Giants? The San Francisco Giants have 3. The San Francisco 49ers have 5.
Giovanni's from the Bay Area, though, bro. So
yeah, Giants have more chips. Come on. Listen to the Niners record from 81, 13-3, and then 82, 3-6. I'm going to go up, so I'm not going to each year. 10-6, 15-1, 10-6, 10-5-1, 13-2 in 87, 10-6, 14-2, 14-2, 10-6, 14-2 again in 92, 10-6, 13-3, 11-5, 12-4, 13-3, 12-4 in 98. Then Young got hurt, and then they went 4-12 in 99. Isn't that the year he got hurt, Young?
Yeah.
99.
They got the concussion.
Yeah, and then 6-10, and then they had a couple winning seasons, but yeah, I mean that's like 17 seasons or something like that. They were 10 games. I mean, the only team that I think maybe came close to that was the Raiders in the 70s.
Maybe the Packers 60s. In the 60s had a good run.
The Raiders had a pretty good run, but they only played 14 games many of those years.
Steelers had a good run. And before you say baseball is different from football and different from basketball, yeah, no shit. We all know that's a different sport. But when we're talking about the philosophy, again, 2 of the dynasties held on to older talent because they wanted the good times to keep going. And they slowly became under 500 teams, and they were not relevant anymore. But the fans were happy because these veterans were still around. The 49ers and Walsh treated it, like I just said 30 minutes ago, as a business. And he rubbed a lot of his veterans the wrong way. There's documentaries out about him that Dwight Clark was pissed off at Walsh for letting him go. Ronnie Lott was upset. Charles Haley was really upset. He wasn't let go because he was old. He was just a basket case that couldn't control his temper. But the point I'm trying to make is if you have an organization that holds on to older talent, like hoping and wishing that somehow they get some miracle drug and they're going to all of a sudden get better at age 34 or 35, it's not going to happen. So if the Giants want to keep Yaz and Slater, then they're going to get what they're going to get. Or they can watch the formula that did work. And I'm not saying Matos and Ramos are going to be all-stars. I don't know. Maybe they are going to be a bust. Who knows? What I'm saying is give them a damn chance, and not for a week or two. Give them the leash that you are giving these aging veterans. And if they're not good, then all the respect that they can finally move off of them. But they have to have a chance to fail.
You can't leave these guys until they're 25, 24, 25. You got to, baseball is a young game. I mean, sports in general is getting younger and younger. You're having guys that are coming up through many of the organizations that are now making the big club at 20, 21 years old. Many, 22 and 23. That is the age that you're seeing guys make the jump permanently. And what they're doing is these teams are putting these young guys in and expecting them to have some struggles, but then they learn the game and they make adjustments. They make the necessary adjustments because they've already experienced it. The game is not too big for them. Okay. It's mental. It's a mental game. And, I don't know. I just,
John R., that's funny. Yeah, that's my point.
John R.
Talk about Sandoval.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet Giovanni. I bet you got your Sandoval jersey and you're probably wearing it right now.
All right, let's move on from Giovanni. I think we paid him way too much attention.
Yeah, Giovanni.
I think he wanted him to win the third base job over.
I think Giovanni got more attention tonight than he's got all month from at home.
My God. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Giovanni.
Tomorrow, what do you guys? Do you think Blake Snell is going to go out and deal, or do you think it's going to be another stinker? What do you think?
I think Arizona's not swinging the bat very good right now. I think he pitches well.
He's taking advantage of a weak team right now.
Yeah, and this will be his third start. I think his mechanics will start coming around.
How many pitches did he throw last time when he was in Tampa Bay? I can't remember.
About 70, I think.
Yeah,
so he's still around in that 70 range. Okay.
Well, he would have pitched more, but he had stress hitting.
Yeah.
The key to him is getting out of the first inning with less than 15 pitches. He's always at that 25 to 30 pitch range in the first inning. And that just wipes you out right away. Get some easy outs.
I'm not sure if he's ready yet, Snell. This is going to be his third game against live pitching. Montgomery's had the same 2 games, minor leagues, but he was tuning up. Snell, I'm not sure if he gets it together for the one thing I don't like about what the Giants did with Snell is he didn't have a spring training at all. And so what he's doing is he's always playing catch up. It's like never really gets to just slow play it. I think the Giants would have been better off putting him on the whatever list you put him on where he's not on the 26. And you just do what Arizona did and would have sent him down to rookie ball to get some games in during spring training, extended spring training, and then when AAA started, just start him off in AAA, have 2 starts there, and then maybe 3, and then bring him up now. But he's already had 2 starts. He's wild. He's basically can't find the strike zone consistently. And that's a problem he has anyway. But I think Montgomery's going to be the more effective pitcher, more consistent pitcher.
He's more a command pitcher anyways.
Yeah, I think he's going to be more consistent pitcher. I think you don't see the real Blake Snell that you saw last year probably for another couple of months.
Who has a better year between Snell and Imanaga?
Ooh. Imanaga's having a great season so far.
It's early.
Great. It's early, but his outings have been pretty damn dominant.
I wanted him.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right. You know what his ERA is, right?
It's like under 1.
Try
0.
I don't think he has an ERA. I don't think he's given him up a run.
You know why?
I could be wrong, but I thought it was 0.
Yeah, you may be right. You know why I liked him, Eric, was when I saw him pitch. He didn't light up the radar like Yamamoto did, but
he commanded the strike zone.
He has that delivery where he goes into the windup and then halfway through, he kind of hesitates and then he throws the ball. It's a weird.
Yeah, he does have a hesitation. Yeah,
and you know what? Those kind of pitchers, again, it's all about timing. Like that messes with hitters. Now, maybe I think the second time teams see him, they might catch on to him a little bit. But I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be like in the 3 to 3.5 ERA. And he's pitching at Wrigley, that in the summer when the wind's kind of blowing out, that's a hitter's ballpark. So we'll see what he does then. But yeah, I like Imanaga. I think they got him for like 14, 15 million a year.
So far, he's 2-0. A 0 ERA. 15 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts.
Man, he was taken right before me in my draft, too. I was hot. Oh, I should have taken him the round before. And I thought, I think he'll come back to me. It was like
I got that guy.
4 picks later. You got him?
I got him.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
He's my crown jewel right now in my rotation.
What's the rest of your rotation look like?
I picked up, as a matter of fact, I traded for Joe Ryan yesterday.
Oh, good pitcher.
I also got, what's his name? Raggins from Kansas City. He's been doing well.
He's nasty. That's nice.
I also got Lopez from the Twins. So my starting rotation, okay. I also got I got Crochet. I think that's how you say it, right?
I like Crochet, yeah.
The only thing is he had a bad outing last outing, kind of inflated. But you wanted to see Bowers. Yeah. Let's see. He went 3 2/3. Gave up how many earned runs? 3 earned runs. Had no strikeouts. Did he have any walks? Let me see. Hold on. Did he have hold on. I might be wrong. No, he had 2 strikeouts. No walks. And he has like a 7 ERA. But that's one game in the Mexican League. 3 2/3 innings. Whatever. Make of it what it is. I don't think he's coming back to the MLB, to be honest with you. I think he's blackballed in some way or another.
Did you see his video?
What's that?
You see Bauer's video claiming his innocence and talking about the women that is going after him is now being sued and for false. Yeah, he's got so much evidence against these. He was basically saying, "What do I got to do to get my job back?"
I think it's more. I think it's more than that, though. I really do. I think it's way more than that.
What?
Has to be.
Way more than what?
Than just his off-field issues. I think there's something else going on.
I don't think so.
Why isn't no one else signing him?
I think he's
because it can't be because if it's that much evidence where he's innocent, then there's got to be something else out there that's keeping clubs away.
It's the perception. It's the perception. People are light, weak, wimpy people today. You got to come.
We're talking about 30 MLB teams that have some of them suffered some severe pitching issues, and none of them's gone out there to try to get them. Not even a flyer. There's got to be something. I mean, I'm not saying that there is.
I think they're
There's
upset. I think the spider tack. Somebody mentioned that in the chat.
Spider tack.
The spin rate whole thing of that. He's the one that was the kind of the
he was the Jose Canseco of the steroids.
Yeah, he was the ringleader there, and I think baseball just wants to show him, look, you tried to outsmart the game, and now we're just, I don't know.
I mean, he's pitching in a damn Mexican league.
Guilty until proven innocent, right?
Yeah.
Not backwards, but
hey, there we go. Giovanni and I agree on something.
No, not Giovanni again.
The cupcakes. Want to see the cupcakes in San Francisco? Yep. There's a lot of cupcakes in San Francisco for sure. Gio. Yeah. So, I don't know. Tomorrow night should be an interesting game. I mean,
yeah.
I thought the Diamondbacks would come in here and win 3, at least split. We'll see. See if they are, Giants may end up winning 3. I mean, what's going to happen if the Giants go have like an 8-2 homestand, all of a sudden people are going to be getting all excited.
Oh, they are. 100%.
All year it's going to be like this. 162 games. Runs here, runs there, good runs, don't score. They'll go to Coors Field and put up 8, 12, and 9, and the hitting's back, and that's how it is. Baseball's a long year. So
it is.
A lot of
we're only 20 games in. Only 20 games in.
Yep. Yeah, we saw them win it. What did we see the Giants go on a 10-game winning streak last year? Sweep the Dodgers in LA, put up 15 runs on them one night, and then finish 79 and 83. Yeah.
Yep.
Even right after that, I said they're not making the playoffs. Even after that, everybody was on their bandwagon. So baseball, you can't get too low and you can't get too high. It's a long season. We're only 1/8 of the season in. They're going to get back, Robbie Ray towards the second half. Cobb is going to be coming back. That's when we're going to see what the Giants can do. But that being said, they can have a great 5-man rotation. If they don't get that hitting going and scoring more than 3 runs a game, they're below a 500 team, period.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah.
They didn't exactly hit the cover off the ball today against a guy that just got called up to be.
Yeah, that was an issue. But towards the end, they got the time of hitting, right? The time of hitting kicked in at the end of the game.
At some point,
you got to give them credit for that. But yeah, the first 7 innings, first 7 innings.
I don't have to give them credit for nothing, Eric. What are you talking to?
Come on.
I have to give him credit. I have to give him credit for nothing. You want to go a few rounds with me, man? Come on. They scored, was it 4 runs? That's pretty 4 runs. No, they did what you want to do. You put up 4 runs so you don't have to have a stressful 9th inning.
Right.
Yeah, you took away the possibility.
You took away the light show, though.
Yeah, they took away the light show. And we won't see it. Maybe tomorrow night. But other than that, they'll have to wait. If they don't do it tomorrow night, they'll have to wait till next week. Yes. You want to add here? Yes. I helped a few people today. You know what? You need guaranteed income. You need to grow your money without the risk of losing it in this crazy market as World War III is about to take off.
Are you talking about timely hitting? Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about some timely hitting.
Yeah. You want to protect your money as World War III comes and maybe your assets are frozen? Who knows what could happen with your money in the bank? Give me a call. Put it with a safe place. Secure money. You can make up to pretty comfortably 8-10% annually without any risk of losing. And if you want guaranteed income for life, man, I can help you. Give me a call, 623-825-3900. That's secure money at 623-825-3900. Or if you want to get into a home, maybe what else could we do with that money, Los? We could get you into a home with the lowest rates possible, because he's not a one-size-fits-all, selling you a Chevy. This is the best car on earth. Get in and drive away, baby, or because I have nothing else to sell you. No, Los has got every loan available out there, and he could shop it and find the lowest rates of the day. Because
that's no exaggeration. Every type of loan.
Yep, every type of loan.
30-year FHA VA loan rate today with 720 or higher credit score is 5.875.
Yeah,
FHA or VA, not conventional. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So, are rates as good as they were a few years ago? No, but in the grand scheme of things, you don't marry the rate; you marry the property. Rates come down, you refinance later. Get into the houses now, because I'm telling you, if you guys are on the fence about buying and you wait until rates go into the 4s, instead of competing against 3 or 4 people for that house, you're going to compete against 25 people.
Yep.
Good luck. The key is
that's going to drive prices back up, and so you're going to be paying the same thing you're paying monthly then as you will now, maybe more later, because when it becomes a seller's market, look out, because you could it's tough to get a house. But give Los a call at 925-250-4894. That's 925-250-4894. Flex funding. They'll even get you a loan for Yaz if he needs one.
Gold is good. Gold is good.
Well, gold is through the roof right now.
Man, I should have got me some Bitcoin when it was down to 16,000 a few months back. Sean P told me, get Bitcoin, Dan, go ahead and get it. And I was going to get it and I forgot about it. Now it shot up back up to like 70,000. Now it's at like 60 something, whatever.
The Bitcoin halving is coming April 20th. So that means that they're going to cut the supply in half. And you know what's going to happen after that?
Ooh, that's 2 days from now.
Yep. And it's been getting beat up for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So not a bad time. Yeah, I have investments in that, have for 4 or 5 years. So it's very volatile, though, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Boy, you got to take profits as you go.
Yeah.
Tribe says Everett #1, Bobby Heenan #2, Mr. Fuji #3. What about General Anand? Remember General Anand?
Are we talking about managers?
Managers.
Miss Elizabeth #1.
Hey, Giants Beta, give Los a call. With that credit score, Los can. You see that, Los? He says, getting an FHA loan very shortly.
Hey, call me, man. NorCal Sports Network people, they get a discount. I'll tell you about that over the phone.
No.
I'll take care of you. Just give me a call. It doesn't hurt to shop, see what different people can do. But I know other loan officers cannot outservice me. Like, you're going to be in contact with me during the whole transaction, which you don't get from a lot of banks. It's quiet for a long time and you don't know what's going on. So just leave it at that.
Look, do you remember that? Real quick, do you remember when Sergeant Slaughter went heel during the Gulf War? And he had General Anand?
Yeah.
And he had a picture with Saddam Hussein?
Yeah, that's great. Oh, they would sell though. I wish Vince was back on.
And the guy who played General Anand was like a massive Saddam hater.
The guy that played,
he's just playing a bit.
Guy that played Nikita Koloff had the most American country accent when he talked normal that can be, but when he talked his Russian accent, Tony, he had the Russian accent and all that. But yeah, wrestling.
That was the most Mexican sounding Russian accent ever.
Yeah, I can do a lot of good impressions, but Russian is not one of them. Eric, I was at the Cow Palace, and it was the day after the 49ers lost to Green Bay in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, you told me about that.
And you want to get a crowd angry at you and pissed off at you, Dan, I know you're not a big wrestling fan, but you'll love this. If you want to get fans to boo you, do something like this. So it's the day after the NFC Championship game at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. And here comes the Road Dogg, Jesse James, and his tag team partner. I can't remember his name, but they're D-Generation X.
D-Generation X, yeah.
Yeah, Billy
Gunn.
Billy Gunn, thank you. They come out in Packer jerseys talking shit. And they grab the mic on the crowd and says, yeah, we're here in this loser-ass city, San Francisco, man. See, you guys blew another championship. Man, that's how you do it. You come out in the jerseys of a team that just beat the home team in a big game. Not just a regular game like a Super Bowl or an NBA Finals or something like that. It was off the charts. They were throwing things at them and everything. Love old school wrestling. Damn.
Jimmy Hart was good. Bobby DeBrain, though, has got to be the number one. Bobby DeBrain.
Manager?
Man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bobby DeBrain, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got Jim Cornette with the tennis racket and
Jimmy Cornette.
Paul Bearer. He was a little bit weird. Mr. Fuji, I liked Mr. Fuji.
Fuji was cool.
Captain Lou Albano.
Captain Lou Albano. He had rubber bands in his mustache.
Rubber bands, yep.
Yeah, he's a
never understood that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy Cornette was classic. The guy with the 4 horsemen. He was.
Who was that?
Can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either.
Yeah, Bobby Heenan is probably number one when it's all said and done. He always played a heel. He always played a heel.
Would you consider Virgil a manager? Not really.
No.
No.
He just passed away not too long ago.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace. Jimmy Mouth of the South. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Man, he was annoying, man. If you went to a wrestling event and you sat close to
with that megaphone? Yeah.
Oh, shut up, dude. Non-stop. The whole 15, 20-minute match, he's screaming in that thing. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
We've been hijacked.
well, I saw Tribe talking about managers, so I had to go with that. We're good now. Better than talking about Giovanni.
Yeah, seriously, a couple of guys in the chat that are asking mortgage questions. I mean, don't ask here on the show. My number's right up there to the top left. Text me, call me. We'll talk. Give you some information.
Oh, Brother Love. I forgot about Classy Freddie Blast.
Ooh,
that's another good one.
Love you.
Oh, not Brother Love. Oh,
no, that was his catchphrase line. He would say that on his show. I love that dude. Was the reddest dude I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I think they painted that. Yeah,
beat red. Yeah, Classy Freddie Classy. Yeah, I've seen his streams. Well, it's good, man. I like Vince.
Whoa, my light came off. Oh, hold on here. Feel like I'm kind of looking. That got me looking orange. This light.
No, that's not bad.
I feel like I'm looking like Trump. Orange man.
Giovanni, Dan, give us. Okay, enough of that. We don't need to go. Go check out Military History Chronicles. There's plenty of that on there, Giovanni.
Yeah. Military History Chronicles. There you go. All right. Well, we've about killed it here.
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah, we've gone an hour and a half, so
covered a lot.
Yeah. So tomorrow night, Giants, Diamondbacks, game 2. Now they start against Jordan Montgomery. What time is first pitch tomorrow? Is Friday night a little later? Isn't it 7:15?
It might be 7:15, huh?
That's what it was last year. Let me take a look. Tomorrow night's game time is 7:15. Yes.
Woo! Gosh, so we're not going to be going live until
9:40,
9:45.
10 o'clock, 9:45. Hey, did you see the Red Sox game last night.
Oh, an hour and 46 minutes?
Or 49 minutes or something. Can
49,
you imagine?
yeah, less
An
than
hour
4
and
hours.
49 minutes, man. I mean, crud. You just get to the game, grab your hot dog and your drink and whatever, and
The game's over.
sit down. Oh, man. That's crazy. I was at the Diamondbacks game yesterday. And
Well, how was it?
That's good. Yeah, I was surrounded by Cub fans, but they were all nice. They were nice people. You know, they were all. It was a good group of people around, and it's a good game. But I don't know. Yeah, it's hard for me to go to a day game now during midweek, because I had found myself on my phone with business, and I'm like, dang, I'm trying to do, dealing some deals and looking at some numbers, and I'm trying to watch the game and go to a night game. Business is over, business day is over. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with clients. In fact, I was talking to a client right when Bellinger hit a home run and the crowd went, started erupting. And I said, I'm at the Diamondbacks game, and all of a sudden it's like, 30,000 people. There was a lot of Cub fans there yesterday, I'll tell you that. Cubs fans travel, or not just travel, but they live here. They live in Arizona. Why do Cub fans live in Arizona in April? Because it's a heck of a lot better than living in Illinois in April.
They'll be leaving right around late May, early June.
Yep. All of a sudden, this becomes a ghost town. But you know what, Los? That's when we hit the restaurants.
Yeah, I gave you a couple. We're going to hit them up.
That's when we hit the restaurants, and we have it all to ourselves for the most part.
Good.
Hey, let's go have some Mexican food next time you're out here on this side.
Less people on the road, the better.
Yeah. Yes.
And Chicago, the Cubs-Giants trip is still in play. I've not forgotten.
That's right.
Line up a few other things. We'll get it on board hopefully. So.
Yeah. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm going to meet the hip doctor in 2 weeks, man. Every part's falling apart, man. I'm just like,
damn, man. Your eyes, your back, your hips, man.
My knees. Yeah. Too much sports, man. As a kid, I played year round every sport. I mean, I didn't play each sport year round, but I played basketball in basketball season, football in football season, baseball in baseball season. There was very little days off. Even in the summer months back then, when school was out, we were playing baseball at the park. It's just what we did. My joints, they're paying a price. Will B knows. He's a rugby guy. Hey, wait till you hit 50 plus, Will. It gets worse. And when you hit over 60, man, just trade in your parts, get all new joints, man. So, all right, guys, give Los a call again if you have some mortgage needs at 925-250-4894. 925-250-4894. Or give me just give me a call if you want to grow your money or protect your money. Or you know what else I could do for you?
I swear, man.
I'll give you. Hey, you know what, guys? I'll tell you another thing. I know a lot of you guys may not have the money to invest right now, but I do know this. There's a lot of young family, a lot of guys with families. And if you got families, you got to protect your you need to have some life insurance, because if something happens to you, you got to make sure the wife and kids are okay, and that they're protected, that they don't have to move, and get the mortgage paid off, get the bills paid off, and leave some extra money so that they don't, make it simple on them. That shows a lot of love. So life insurance, I can get you any life insurance policy you need. So give me a call. The Secure Money guy, 623-825-3900, 623-825-3900. Yes, notary is something I do as well, but you know, I'm here in Arizona. You're not going to fly up to California to do notary, but if you're here, I'll do it. So anyway, Orange Custom says, what am I doing tonight? I'm home in 3 hours. Let's chat, laughing out loud. Well, in 3 hours, it's going to be, 10:40, 1:40 for me? Hopefully I'm asleep.
Happy 50th birthday to Jimmy G here in the chat. 50 years old today. Happy birthday, man.
Johnny T, I like it. Your wife will just sell all your guns. Yep. Love a guy with firearms, man. There we go. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining NorCal Sports Network. We're here after every Giants postgame. For every Giants postgame. We're here after every Giants ball game. We break it down for you. We wrap it up. We have some fun with it. We do some polls. We have some chats. We have some firing squads. We have it all here. For Los, D, and Eric, I'm Dan saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Woo!